Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Yomi. My name is Yomi and I make college art and travel related videos. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about how the World Cup has absolutely nothing to do with soccer or football as it's called around the world. I'm wearing this because it's really hot. I'm in the Sahara region of Morocco right now and people wear this because it keeps them cool. So that's why I'm wearing this. But let's get to the point. The World Cup has absolutely nothing to do with soccer. So each World Cup, at least in the modern era, you see billions and billions of people tune in to watch these matches, whether it's Cabe Verde, or whether it's Argentina, or whether it's Brazil or Morocco, or whether it's the UK, England, or whether it's the United States of America. You have billions of fans tuning in from around the world. And you may ask yourself, if the World Cup isn't about soccer, then what could the World Cup actually be about? The World Cup has absolutely nothing to do with soccer, but everything to do with nationalism. It has everything to do with having pride in one's country. Even if you hate your country, even if you hate your people, even if you hate your culture, the one time that you love your country, your culture, and your nation is during an international tournament like the World Cup or like the Olympics. I've met French people who hate France. I've met American people who hate the United States. But when it comes time for the World Cup or for the Olympics, they're super proud of their country. And they're like, I really want my country to win. But this is a country that they before were not identifying with because they hated the dark history or the colonization or colonialism or the different bad things that their country had done. So the fact of the matter is the World Cup's main focal point is nationalism. You have people from Norway doing the row that they do. It's uniting their country, bringing them together, making them one. You have people from the United States of America who tend to not care about soccer, who are tuning into these matches, wanting their country to win. You have people from France who you see all the time racist backlash against black people and against North African people in France. But during the World Cup, it doesn't matter if Kylian Mbappe is black. It doesn't matter if Dembele is black. All of a sudden, the racist people in France, they want Mbappe to do well. And that's what the World Cup is about. It's about nationalism. It's about proving that your country is not uncivilized. It's about proving that your country isn't just a poor nation. It's not just a small island country with less than 500,000 people. That's what you see in Cabe Verde, a very small country that a lot of people in the world don't know about. It's now on the map. That's what the World Cup is about, proving that you're worth it, proving that you're not inferior. You see so many countries around the world that are non-European countries rooting for the non-European team. Because the thing is, if the non-European team beats the European team, that proves that what many European people have thought for centuries is false, that European people aren't actually superior. And that's why so many people this World Cup are rooting for all of these African teams to win, because for centuries, people in African countries have been told that they're inferior, that they're barbarians, that they're uncivilized, that they're uneducated, that they're not smart, and that they're just poor countries. And the World Cup makes people want to fight for their country, even when they've given up fighting for their country. And I've met so many people around the world who are like, I don't like living in Morocco, like it's so boring, or the people here, I don't like it. I don't like living in Norway, I don't like the way people act. I don't like living in the United States because I don't like our culture. People say things like this, but when it comes time for the World Cup, people want to root for their nation. And they want to prove that there's something special about their nation. They want to prove that they're not inferior to other races. I'm going to go into my next point, that the World Cup is inherently political. You see so many people rooting against Argentina because Argentina is perceived as being a racist country by many people. You see so many people rooting against France because of France's colonial history. You see so many people rooting one way or rooting another way because of their country's political tensions between two countries. For instance, I'm in Morocco right now. And Morocco was colonized by the France. So when Moroccans see France on the television, playing against a team, a lot of times they're rooting against France because of the horrible things that France has done to their country. So the World Cup isn't about soccer. It's not about playing a game. It's about nationalism. It's about proving one's worth. It's about going against other countries, countries that you hate, countries that have done horrible things to your country, or countries that represent things that you don't agree with. You see recently that a Paraguayan senator said very racist things about Kylian Mbappe, France's star striker, right? And now people aren't just associating the senator's racist comments with her. They're associating her racist comments with the entire country of Paraguay, saying people from Paraguay are like this, saying Paraguayan people are racist. So the World Cup exposes people to countries they've never heard of, and it gives people opinions on countries that they don't know much about. Like, a lot of people around the world have heard about Paraguay, but a lot of people maybe don't know much about Paraguay, but now they see the senator's comments, now they have an idea in their mind that this is what we think Paraguay is about, right? So the World Cup brings up political tensions, it brings up regional tensions, it strengthens regional ties. You'll see a lot of the Nordic countries are rooting for Norway because we see our Nordic brother is still in the competition, we want to root for them. We see our Latin American brother is still in the competition, we still want to root for them. We see that our French-speaking brothers in the competition, we want to root for them. So it's about alliances, it's about ties, it's about nationalism, it's about patriotism. The game has little to do with soccer. There are so many people around the world who cannot sit still for a 90-minute match because for them it's so boring. It's more interesting watching TikTok videos or YouTube shorts, short-form content. But when it comes time for the World Cup, you have new soccer fanatics who didn't care about the sport before, but now it's the most important thing in their life for this month and a half or however long the World Cup period is. They want to tune in for every single second of the World Cup. So the World Cup has nothing to do with soccer. And so I would advise for you to think about how politics, how geography, how race, how poverty, how wealth, how all of these things impact the World Cup and how we perceive other countries. Because the thing is, if Cabe Verde was to have beaten Argentina, I mean, that would have done so many things for Cabe Verde, that would have done so many things for Africa and how they're perceived in playing the game of football. And it's the same with Cabe Verde, even when they didn't beat Argentina, even before that, when they were tying all of these European teams that were top 10, like Spain, like other teams that kept tying and tying and tying instead of losing. Everyone would have expected that they would have lost like 5-0, but they kept on doing well, and it proved that a small nation, that an African nation, that a black nation is worth it, and that these human beings are worthy of respect. So it's important to think about these things when we think about the World Cup. And it's the same with any international tournament, like AFCON, like the Copa America, like the World Cup, like Wimbledon. It's not about sports. It's not about entertainment. It's about politics, nationalism, geography, and regionalism. And that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. And also, anything that I said about these countries in this video, those are not my opinions. I'm not saying that Paraguay is a racist country. I'm not saying Argentina is inherently racist. I'm saying this is how people perceive these countries. So we need to think about these things. And thank you guys for watching. Until the next time.